I will likely lose some followers for what I'm about to say, but I feel like today is the only day, the perfect day to say what I need to say. You know how the world is going to absolute, it's not going very well, okay? And we scratch our heads and we think, what's going on? What can we do? Well, I'm here to tell you a sad reality. We have lost God in our lives, okay? It's Good Friday today. It is the day where we mourn Jesus' death because he died on the cross for us, which gives us every single thing that we have today. And how many Australians are mourning his death today? How many Australians are taking the time out to remember what he did for us? How many Australians are realizing that every single thing in their life, good and bad, is only allowed to happen because of God and because Jesus died for us on the cross? Okay, this world is a bleep, okay? Heaven exists. I believe heaven exists. And if I'm right, then the 80 years that I'm here on this planet is nothing compared to eternity in heaven with Jesus and God and Mary. And I'm a Catholic, and that is just a part of who I am. That's a part of my activism. And if that really bothers you so much that you can't listen to all the other 95% of things that I say that you agree with, well, then that's fine. You can leave. It's fine. But I'm telling you that the reason this world is the way it is because so many of our leaders have turned away from God and have turned into themselves. They think that they are a God. They think they know all the answers, and they think they're great and they're smart and they're handsome and they're strong and all this sort of stuff. Any skills that you have is only because God allowed you to be born with that natural skill, or he allowed you to accumulate that skill. When men and women, when people start to think they are gods, that is when God turns his back on us. That is why this world is so crazy, okay? Because look out there. People buy fish and chips on Good Friday, and that makes them feel like they're culturally in tune with the Christianity. No, that is not how it works. It is a lifestyle. It is an everyday thing. And the reason so many people are asleep to the propaganda and the political nonsense is because they don't believe in God and they don't believe in heaven. And so they think this world is the only world they have. So they have to do everything to make it as comfortable and enjoyable as they possibly can. And because they don't believe in God, they look for gods on earth. So they look to politicians, or they look to celebrities to be their heroes, right? But if you believe in God, then he is your hero. So you know that politicians lie. You know that they're just humans and that they sin and things like that. The reason COVID was able to convince so many people that they were so scared, because they were so scared of death, because they don't believe in an afterlife, So if you're on the fence, do some research, see if you get inspired, just have a look into things. And there's going to be a time in my life when my political activism comes to an end, and all I'm going to do is advocate for God, because honestly, there's only a few more things that we can try before prayer is the only thing that is going to get us the things that we want. And, maybe things need to get worse for people to realize that they need him in their lives. So I'm not going to be campaigning and protesting and yelling and screaming for the rest of my life. I'm just not. There will be a point where I'm going to say, you know what? You guys are on your own. I am going to live a prayerful life, and I'm going to get away from the spotlight, because that might be the only answer to things, and maybe that's where I'm better off. Not yet, but I have to give this message. It's Good Friday. It's the right day for it. And don't forget where you came from. Don't forget that every skill you have is because God gave it to you. And just don't forget that there is an afterlife. And if you want to be there, don't worry about the small things. Just focus on being friends with him. He's the one that matters. Anyway, Good Friday and happy Easter.